Okay, good morning everybody. Welcome to class. Welcome to practice. So good to see you. It's always heartwarming to see your little boxes there.
Hey, good morning, Edwin.
Good morning, Chris. Good to see you. Okay, we made it to February. We made it to the end of February. Next month it'll be a year since our journey, this chapter of our journey began. So yoga invites us to become more aware of awareness, right? In the Yoga Sutras, it's called Purusha, which is that pure awareness or consciousness. And then Prakriti is everything that you could be aware of. You know, your thoughts, your feelings, your sensations, the world around you. That's all what you could be aware of. And we learn to discern, which in yoga is called viveka, the difference between what is seen and the seer. The seer and the seen is a big part of yoga. And this quote just kind of sums it up. It's very short. Just like the white paper, awareness is always present in the background of your life. We usually give our exclusive attention to our mind and our thoughts and our body and sensations because they're very attention-grabbing. But we could not experience the mind and its thoughts or the body and its sensations without awareness to be aware of them. Just as we could not see any words if there were not the background of the paper of the words that they were printed on. And then this is a quote from Rupert Spira. Awareness is the most obvious element of your experience, and yet the most overlooked. So that's why we have yoga, right? Because yoga says don't overlook that present awareness that is in the background of your experience, like a witness, like that blank page, like that blank screen. It's always there, just aware of whatever you're experiencing. And that awareness is undisturbed, it's peaceful, it's open, it's clear, it's free, it's happy. And so yoga invites us to see this over and over again. So please switch the cross of your legs. And make sure that you're sitting on enough height that your knees are the same level as your hips. And knee sensitive, sit higher. Move your buttocks, flesh back, and move the backs of the thighs out. And then take off any glasses. And just bring your hands onto your thighs. And look straight forwards at something in your room, something soft on your eyes. And then as you move the weight of your thigh bones and your sitting bones down, extend upwards from your outer hips to the underarms. Bring your outer shoulders back. Relax the back upper neck muscles down and move your shoulder blades into the back. And then bring your hands to your heart center in Atmanjali Mudra, the mudra of awareness. And then close your eyes. Connect your body to your breath, connect your mind to your breath. Let go of everything else. Give yourself this time. Don't short yourself the time. Don't be busy with something else. Give yourself this time. Let the energy of your brain start to flow down into the open space of your heart. The heart is another metaphor, another name for that awareness that we always speak about in yoga. Draw your senses of perception inwards. Be present in your heart. And please join me for 3 Ohms, and it's the last Sunday of February 2021. So we'll also chant the Shattuch Patanjali. If you know it, please join in with me. After your next exhalation, take a deeper inhalation. Yogena Chittasya Padena Vacham Malam Sharirasya Chalaye Chakena Yopa Karutam Pravaram Munina Patanjalim Pranjaliragatosmi Abahu Purushakaram Shankha Chakra Sita Yinam Sahasra Shisham Shvetam Pranamami Patanjalim Hari Om. Now lift your chest upwards and bow your head downwards and find anything that you can be grateful for this morning. Come to an attitude of gratitude in your heart. Gratitude always helps. So find something, even if it's something very small, something very practical, and then fill your body and your mind with that feeling of gratitude. Have a sense of gratitude. Release your hands down to your thighs with your palms upwards. Raise your head, and then slowly open your eyes. Okay, welcome again, everybody. Please switch the cross of your legs and sit back on your props. So sit further back on your props. Again, knee folks, sit higher. Some of you might need blocks in front of you, even a chair in front of you, or a wall, any of those things, because we're going to come forward now. All forward bends start with the front body extending. So lift the front body as high as you can, breastbone forward, back ribs in, and then come all the way forward. And then finally, bring your head down. And then release your thighs. Those of you with stiffer hips, any knee sensitivity, lower back sensitivity, have blocks under your hands, have chairs under your hands, or walk your hands up a wall. Make sure to take care of yourself. Never settle for any pain in your knees. Those of you with knee sensitivity always have something around you, like a blanket or a belt or a towel, to put behind the knees. Connect with your breath and use your exhalations like a flashlight. Shine your breath like a flashlight into any place that you're stiff. And then exhale that stiffness. And then walk your hands back, switch the cross of your legs, and then come forward again. Start with that backward extension, lift the chest, reach the breastbone forward, and then come forward. That's it. Have your shins crossed at the center. If there's any sensitivity, sit higher, but make sure to sit further back. And then once you're in the pose, can you feel any looseness or releasing of the top of the thighs? Can you release the top of the thighs down? That's it. This will be really helpful. If you were here yesterday for the twisting workshop, he really worked us. And I don't know about you, but my outer hips were feeling it today. So this will help. So use your breath, exhale your breath into the outer hips. Good. Okay, and then walk your hands back. And then reach for another blanket or a towel or something that you have around. We're going to do that again, but we're going to add a roll. So now you make a shoulder stand size blanket into a roll or the equivalent. So maybe it's a towel, maybe it's something else. And some of you can sit lower. I'm going to leave that to you. Some of you can sit lower, but a lot of you will stay on the same height, okay? Or maybe even higher. If you have knee sensitivities, go higher. You can put your blocks under the blankets. If you don't have any more blankets, you can sit on your blocks, okay? So go back to your first cross. Notice that I have that roll right under my shins. And I'm way towards the back of the props. Walk your feet further out. So see how my feet are under my knees? This is my feet under my ankles. So walk your feet out. And turn the soles of the feet upwards, and then again come forward, extend your front body, and then come all the way forward. That's it. And keep moving the outer hips down, releasing the thighs down, drawing the abdomen back, and allow that blanket roll to push your shin bones up. Doesn't it bring your shin bones closer? But then can you release your knees down? release your knees down. This is great if you have any sciatica. It's going to help release that muscle that's involved with sciatica. That's it. Good, you guys. Okay, and then walk your hands back. Yeah, you can always take your arms wider. You know, wider gives your shoulders more space. So that's the general rule. If your joints need more space, give them more space. Otherwise, switch the cross of your legs, and let's do that again. Okay, so cross your legs the less habitual way. Make sure that you're sitting far enough back that when you come forward, all of your body weight isn't just dropping into the knees. The blanket roll will help with that, actually. And then come forward, extend the front spine, and then either with your hands shoulder cap distance or maybe even wider. Yeah, that's nice, Denise, what you're doing. And then release the thighs down, draw the abdomen back, target your exhalations into your stiffness wherever you find it. Can you release the knees down anymore? Can you release your thighs down anymore? That's it. Good. So we're going to be focusing on mostly the outer hips today, stretching the outer hips. So come back, and then we're going to come up and stretch out your legs and press the fronts of your thighs into the backs of the thighs, and then take downward facing dog. Take Adamukasvanasana with your feet as wide as the sticky mat. Have your hands as wide as the shoulders with your hands straight. Otherwise, if you need to, turn your hands outwards 45 degrees to help straighten the arms. Otherwise, take your feet wide. That's it. Downward facing dog pose, and start with your heels lifted. If you have shoulder sensitivity, have blocks under your hands. Shoulder stiffness, put blocks under your hands and do the pose with blocks under the hands. That's it. With your heels lifted, press, spread your fingers, super glue your index and your thumb knuckles down. Pull your arms up, lock your elbows in, and wrap your outer armpits down, and then extend the sides of your torso away from your hands towards the hips. Get as long as you can. Abby, take a longer downward dog and put blocks under your hands. Put blocks under your hands. Yeah, Abby, take a longer dog and put blocks under your hands. That's it. Good. Now, keep your heels lifted, press the big toe mounds down, pull your leg bones up into the pelvis, and the very top of the thigh, move that back. The inner top thighs, move them back. And then reach the heels back and down. Reach from the back of the knee into the heels, inner heels back, outer heels back. Now move your ankles further back. Move your shin bones further back. Really fight to get the heels down without shortening your downward dog. Keep your inner elbows lifted. And now as you move your outer hips away from your hands even more, get longer, bring the top of your shoulder blades in and move the top chest back. Yeah, so that the head starts to release downwards. Very good. Now take Uttanasana, walk your hands back to the feet. Keep your feet wide. Take your hands wider than your feet. Have your feet in line with the outer edges of the mat. Make sure that your hips are right over your ankles. And then just for a moment, bend the knees a little bit. And then can you feel with there's this group of muscles called your hip flexors, and it's deep inside your hips. So can you use your hip flexors with your knees bent to flex your hips even more? So in other words, you want to tip your pelvis forward like a bowl. Tip your pelvis forward, but use your hip flexors. Use the hip flexors, the knees are bent. Now keep that, head is down, and now start to engage your quadriceps, which are the fronts of the thighs. Pull the kneecaps up, and from lifting the quadriceps, re-straighten the legs, and see if you haven't gone deeper into your pose. That's it. And then some of you can move your hands further back, keep them wider. Some of you can bring them closer to the floor. That's it. Make sure that the back of the knee is opening fully. Very good. Now bring your hands to the hips. Reach the chest forward and come up. Good morning once again. Hello. So now we'll do Tadasana. So stand with your feet together. You can have, we're going to also do Gomu Kasana arms. So if you need a belt for your Gomu Kasana arms, these arms, the cow face arms, make sure to have a belt. Stand with your feet together. So go from that decentralized place to the centralized place. Come to Tadasana. Shift your body weight back until it almost feels like you're going to fall backwards. Your toes will lift, your kneecaps will lift. Maintain that as you move the buttocks down, draw the outer hips in, extend your arms down, and then lift upwards through the sides of your trunk. Look straight forwards at something in your room. And as you reach your big toes further forward, draw your outer ankles in. Big toes forward, outer ankles in. Interlace your fingers in front of you. Turn your palms forwards and raise your arms up. Go all the way up with your arms. That's it. Keep your thighs back, kneecaps up, outer hips in. And then as you take your, first thing is straight arms. The second thing is longer arms. Can you make your leg bones longer? Can you make your arm bones longer? Can you make the sides of your waist longer? And then can you move your inner upper arms back without leaning your shoulders back or letting the buttocks come up? Good. Now Gomu Kasana with the right arm down and the left arm up. Gomu Kasana arms. That's it. Right arm down, left arm up. Keep this left armpit coming forward so that there's no sense of the elbow going out to the side. And yes, it might come forward, but then you work over time to move that top elbow further back. Come back into your heels. That's it. Connect the buttocks to the heels. That's it. Now take this outer right shoulder and move it back and impress that right shoulder blade into the back. Bob, that's really good. Roll that outer left armpit forward. Check that your abdomen isn't puffing forward. Look at the screen as least often as you can. Once you just look straight forwards at something in your room. Break the habit of looking towards the screen when you don't need to. Good. And now release. Put the belt on the other side and stand in Tadasana once again. Extend your arms. Nice, Geraldine. That's nice. Interlace your fingers in front of you. Turn your palms forwards and go up. That's it. Urdhva Badanguliasan. So we're in the upward bound fingers pose. We have our fingers bound and our arms are up. Our arms are up. That's it. Yes. So shift your body weight back into the heels. Abdomen draws back to the spine. Can you make your leg bones longer? Can you make your arm bones longer? Can you move your upper arms back? Good. And now Gomu Kasana on the other side. The left arm will be down, the right arm will be up. Gomu Kasana arms. That's the way. So it's just been less than 20 minutes and you've already opened up your hips and your shoulders to a great degree. So roll that left shoulder back and impress that left shoulder blade into the back. Friend, roll that outer right armpit further forward, and then keeping that, move this top elbow up and back, and move your head back. Move the shoulder blades in. Nice. And now release and return to Tadasana. Good. Now, I'm going to give you an option for 3 poses. Either downward dog with your hands turned out at the wall, half handstand with your feet walking up the wall, or full handstand. So get ready for one of those 3 poses that you can do. Full handstand, half handstand, or downward dog with your hands turned out at the wall. So everybody has something to work on. Yeah, half handstand if you want to do your measurement. Thank you, Julie, for remembering that. That's great. Yes, you sit with your hips at the wall, and then you have your feet forward. Good. Okay, so go up into your posture, whichever one that you're doing. Be more in all 3 of these postures, be more in your knuckles, not in the heel of the hand. Straighten your arms in all of these postures. Nice, Julie, that's it. Good. Downward dog, folks, move the hips back. Half handstand, folks, bring the top of your chest back. Bring your abdomen back, Fran. Bring your abdomen back and lift your buttocks up to the ceiling. Your abdomen is really dropping forward towards the wall. So bring your abdomen back and the top shoulder blades in. That's a little bit better. Top shoulder blades back. Okay, and then come down and rest in either child's pose or Uttanasana. You can choose child's pose or Uttanasana. Uttanasana is standing forward bend. Okay. So Fran or anybody else doing half handstand, you can watch. Okay, otherwise you guys can get ready to do it again. So watch what I do when I'm in my pose. Fran, don't do this. What you're doing is this. You're letting your abdomen drop and your back, this has to go up and the abdomen has to go back and the top of my shoulders has to go towards the wall. So you're letting the top of the shoulder come here and your abdomen drop. So I want the top of the shoulder to come in and I want the abdomen to draw back. Okay? Get ready, second time. That will help you with your full handstand. That's it. Get ready. Straighten your arms. Be much more in your knuckles. Be much more in your knuckles. Lock your elbows in. Those of you doing half, if you want to do Ekapada, lifting up one leg at a time, that's nice. Karen, good. Scrub your heels up the wall. Nice, Jackie. Good for you. That looks great. See, it comes back to you in no time at all. Doesn't it reach up through those inner feet? That's it. Good. Straighten those arms. Nice, Denise. Gorgeous. Better, Fran. Much better. That's the idea. Top shoulder blades back. Tuck your tailbone, Fran. Tuck your tailbone. That's, and then move your top chest back. Top chest back. Engage the core. There you go. And then come down, everybody, and rest in child's pose or Uttanasana, which is the standing forward bend. You can have your hips at the wall for extra support if you'd like. Okay, and then keep that same wall and then bring your feet to the wall. We're going to do Supta Padangustasana 1, 2, and 3, but I want you to have your feet at the wall today. So lie down on your back with your feet at that same wall that you were just working with. Of course, you can have a blanket for your head. Make sure to have a belt. And if you need any support outside your hips as we go along in these poses, make sure to have support outside the hips. And of course, we're going to start with the right leg. Okay, so be on your back, have your feet against the wall in Supta Tadasana. So your feet are pressing into the wall. If you want me to look at you and you're on camera, you have to move your camera lower when you go to the floor. You have to move it lower so that I can see you. Otherwise, you kind of go out of sight. Okay, so press your feet into the wall. You can even micro bend your knees a little bit and then push the feet into the wall. Keep the buttocks moving towards the heels. Make sure to lift your chest upwards and lengthen the back of the neck. Add a blanket under your head as needed if your head is falling back. And then keep your left inner foot impressing into the wall. Bring your right knee up into the chest and then belt your right foot. Put the belt on the big toe mound and the little toe mound of the foot. Good. And come to 90 degrees. So push your left foot into the wall, that left inner foot, get the back of your left thigh to go down. Maintain that. Extend your right inner foot up. Right inner heel up, right big toe mound up. Move the right thigh back away from the right abdomen. Open up the backs of the knees. That's it. Now keep your chest lifting. And then start to pull your right foot closer inwards. Pull your right foot, any amount. Maybe you're coming up to 90 or you're going past 90. Karen, your right leg is bending ever so slightly. Can you extend? That's it. Extend the right leg. Make your kneecap, your right kneecap disappear. Actually, both kneecaps. Make your kneecaps disappear. Yes. Flatten the kneecap into the leg. Spread your elbows. And as you pull that right foot in, don't let your left leg come up. Switch your legs, right foot into the wall, left leg up, 90 degrees. So press, use the wall. Since we have the blessing of the wall today, push into that wall. It gives you more intelligence about your bottom leg, which is really the brain of the pose, the bottom leg. Move the inner right thigh down. Now reach up through your inner left leg. Make sure the left leg is fully extended. And then lift your chest. Connect your shoulder blades into your back. Bend your elbows and start to pull the left foot in. That's it. But push the right foot into the wall as you do that. So that you should have a sense of scissoring the legs, like the inner thighs are the inner parts of the scissors and they're extending away from each other. Yes, they're opening. Straighten those legs. Bend your elbows out to the sides. Those of you who have with more flexibility, walk your hands higher up towards the foot. As long as your outer shoulders are down, open up the backs of those knees for Julie and Abby. That will really help. Move your kneecaps in. Switch your legs. Left leg down, right leg up. Now we're going to take the right leg out to the side. So if you need support outside that right hip, make sure to take that support. A block, a bolster, blankets. So come to 90 degrees. So you're past 90 now, Karen. Can you come to 90? That's it. Identify where 90 is. It's harder because you're more flexible. More flexible folks have a more difficult time with that 90 degrees. So press that left inner foot into the wall. Get your left thigh down. Now go past 90 or come more towards 90. So you have two distinct phases, but open up the backs of the knees. And then hold onto the belt with your right hand really close to the foot. Those of you who can manage it, you can even hold on to the right big toe with your index finger, middle finger, and thumb, as long as you're not compromising the pose. Bring your left arm out to the side, and then slowly move your right leg out to the right, but keep pushing that left inner foot into the wall and move the right leg out. Make sure the right foot is in a straight line with the hip. And if you feel like you're tipping over, you can bring the elbow down if you need that extra support. Otherwise, the elbow is up. Make sure that your left abdomen is down. Reach your left arm to the left. Make sure that your outer right foot is parallel to the floor. Don't let your right heel be higher than your toes. Yes. Move your abdomen back to the left. Turn your inner arms to the outer arms and lift the shoulder blades up into the back. Relax your jaw, relax your breath. Nice. Come back to the center, switch your legs. Right foot into the wall, left leg up to 90 degrees. Move your support, of course, to the other side as needed. That's better, Karen. Now you've got 90. Beautiful. Push that right foot into the wall. Get the back of your right thigh further down, as if there was heavy weight on that right thigh. Move the rim of your left thigh away from the abdomen. Inhale, and now pull the left foot closer in. Pull it closer in. Walk your hands higher as you can, but keep holding still with two hands. We're still with both hands. That's it. Make sure that your left thigh isn't just dropping, sinking into the left abdomen. The left thigh should feel like it's moving away from the left abdomen. Now hold on to the belt with your left hand close to the foot, or hold on to the toe. That's the way. Bring your right arm out to the side. Now inhale and then exhale, take that left leg out to the left. And really reach that left foot into the belt, into your fingers, like it's pulling you. It's pulling you in that direction. So you have to strongly keep the right waist down by moving the abdomen back to the right. Strongly move the right arm to the right, so there's no sense of tipping over. If you can't manage it, bring the elbow down or use support. You have those tools. Nice bend, that's it. So turn your inner arms to the outer arms, get the shoulder blades to come up. Rest your abdomen on your spine like a soft ball in a glove. That's it. Relax the jaw. Nice. Now come back to the center. One last time. Switch the legs. Left foot onto the wall, right leg up. 90 degrees. Hold the belt with two hands. Get the back of your left thigh down. Push into that wall. If you get further from the wall, just scoot yourself a little bit closer. So you really have a sense of pushing into that wall. Keep extending up through the inner right leg. Now pull the right foot closer. Pull it closer. Yes. Keep your chest lifting. Some of you can even hold the foot now. You can even hold the foot with the left hand on the inner arch, the right hand on the outer foot bone. Bend your elbows out to the sides. Good. Now hold on to the belt or your foot with your right hand. Those of you holding the foot, hold on to the outer edge of your foot, the little toe side of the foot, if you're holding the foot. Otherwise, you're holding the belt as before, close to the foot. That's it, Karen. Bring your left arm out to the side and bring that right leg out to the right. Yes, that's the way. Yes. Push the left foot. Don't tip over. That's it. Move the left waist down. Left arm, make sure your left shoulder is down. Break the belt or push the foot into the hand, abdomen back. Turn your inner arms to the outer arms, shoulder blades in and up. Excellent. Come back to the center. Now switch hands on the belt. Hold the belt close to the foot with your left hand, really close. If you can manage it, hold on to the outer edge of that right foot with your left hand. That's the way, yes. So that your left palm is turning to the right. Very good. Now, inhale, keep your left foot pressing into the wall. Don't let it change. Nothing is changing with that left foot. Bring your right leg over to the left a little bit, not too far. Straighten the leg. If you can't straighten the leg, it's better to use a belt. Yes. Bring your leg further over, Ben, a little bit further over. That's it. And as you bring the right leg to the left, bring your abdomen back and turn it to the right. And bring your right foot up towards your left shoulder and move your outer right hip and your outer right thigh down. Some of you can come a little bit further over as long as your left toes are still upwards. That's it, Tammy. Good. Don't let the right thigh crash onto the left thigh, though. Keep that inner right thigh lifting. Excellent. Come back to the center. Switch sides. Hopefully you felt some stretching there in your outer hip, outer right leg. Bring your left foot to the wall. And the right foot to the wall now, and the left leg is up. So these are Supta Padangustasana. And remember what Guruji says. Guruji is BKS Iyengar, another fond name for BKS Iyengar. And he says that 70% of our hip issues, our hip knee issues, can be helped tremendously by doing these poses on a regular basis. So push that right foot into the wall. 70% is a lot. That's it. Push the left foot up towards the ceiling into the belt. Maintain that. Now pull the left foot closer. Some of you can hold the foot now. We've done it 3 times. That's it. One hand is on the outer foot, one hand is on the inner foot. Elbows are bending out to the sides. That's it. Now hold onto the belt with your left hand close to the foot. If you're holding the foot, have your left hand on your outer left foot bone. Bring your right arm out to the side and take that left leg out without tipping over. Yes, practice satya, truthfulness. If you need support, you need support. It's more, you're going to move further on in your practice by being real and truthful than being a hot dogger. That's it. So push that right inner foot into the wall. Turn your abdomen back to the right. There's no sense of tipping over, and extend the fibers of that left inner leg. The left buttocks moves down and up into the body. That's the way. Now come back to the center. Hold onto the belt close to the foot with your right hand. If you can manage it, bring your right hand onto your outer left foot bone, so that your right palm is going to the right. Good. Inhale, and now take that right leg over to the left. Actually, your right palm will be going to the, no, it's going to the right. That's right. That's it. Good. Push the right foot into the wall. Move that inner right thigh down. Move the outer, that's it, Denise. Move that outer left hip down. Get your hand closer to that foot, Denise. Get it closer. Fight for that. Yes, it'll help you with your biking. Yes, that's it. Bring the left foot up towards the right shoulder and the outer left hip down. Use your breath. Don't be holding the breath. Don't be biting your lip. That's the way. And now come back to the center. Excellent. Good. Now press your feet into the wall. Lift your arms up over your head. Lock your thumbs and just extend the sides of your abdomen. So connect the buttocks to the heels, push the inner edges of your feet into the wall, lock your thumbs, squeeze your arms into your head, switch the cross of your thumbs. That's it. Good. And then bring your knees into the chest, wrap your arms around the legs, and without pulling the knees up into the chest, pull the thighs down into the abdomen. So make that distinction of pulling the thighs down, softening them into both sides of the abdomen, like you're giving your abdomen a massage, rather than just pulling the knees up, which just pulls the sacrum up. Move your tailbone down. Now, keep your knees bent, bring your feet down to the floor with your feet hip distance apart. See how both of your hips are even. Maintain that evenness as you cross your right ankle over your left thigh. Cross your right ankle over the left thigh, near to the knee, near to the knee. And then watch, when you did that, did your left hip change? Did your left hip shift? Don't let your left hip shift. Now move, you can even use your hand, move your right knee away from your right shoulder. You can extend that inner thigh, move that knee and flex your right foot, flex the right foot. Now maintain that, but don't let your left hip go out to the side. Now maintain that lengthening of the right knee away from the right shoulder, lift up your left thigh, interlace your fingers on the back of the left thigh. So the right arm comes through the legs, that's it. Flex your right foot, don't let your left hip go out to the side. Keep moving that right knee away from the right shoulder. Tailbone into the floor, just like before. So don't just pull the sacrum up. That's it. Keep the tailbone moving down. Those of you who can, hold on to the front of the shin. Hold on to the front of the shin bone. That's it. Yes, and open up that outer right hip, the piriformis muscle there that rolls over, or the sciatic nerves actually goes right under that piriformis muscle. If that piriformis muscle is tight, it starts to impinge on the sciatic nerve. Not good. Exhale. Is your head rolling back? Keep the back of your neck long. Don't compromise your neck and your head in any of these poses. And then release. Let's do the other side. So the feet are flat. That's it. And then make sure that your right hip isn't shifting. Keep it in as you cross your left ankle over the right thigh, near to the knee. Flex your left foot, draw the toes up to the knee. So keep your right hip in, and now with your left hand, you can move that left knee away from your left shoulder, and you'll feel it's a mild lengthening of that left inner thigh, but that's the action. The left knee has to move away. Now maintain those actions, outer right hip in, left knee out, as you interlace your fingers on the back of the right thigh. Keeping your sacrum down into the floor. Use your breath. Make sure to have support under the head as needed. Draw back the left toes, move the left knee away from the left shoulder. Some of you can hold on to the front of the shin as long as there's no knee issues. Yes, that's good, Abby. That's it. Good. Relax your jaw, relax your tongue, give it some time. Super good. And now release. Bring your feet flat. Okay, now listen closely. If not, I'll demonstrate. Bring your right knee up. Bring your right knee up. That's it. Bring your right elbow inside your knee. Right elbow inside your knee. Inside. Right elbow inside the knee. Inside is closer to the big toe. Inside the knee. Right elbow inside the knee. Good. Now bring your right foot directly above your right knee. Right foot directly above the right knee. And then reach your right hand in front of your ankle and then hold on to your outer right foot. If you can't reach, use a belt around your foot. Now the knee is bent. The knee is bent and the foot, bring the elbow inside the knee, Abby. The right elbow comes inside the knee. Now bring your hand, your right hand in front of your ankle, not behind your ankle, in front of the ankle, and then hold on to the foot. Bring the right hand in front of the ankle. You have the right hand to the back of the ankle. Start again. Bring your right hand in front of the ankle. That's behind. In front. That's the way. Yes, now you've got it. Good. So bring your right foot right above your knee and pull down. Pull the knee down to the floor. If you're super flexible, don't let the knee go so far out to the side. If you're stiffer, let it go out to the side. It's okay. Don't let your abdomen come up. Don't let your tailbone come up, rather. Keep it down. Don't let your right foot start to drop. Bring your right foot higher up, Yumi. Right foot right above the knee, above the knee, and pull that outer foot down. Now switch. That's it. So bring your right foot down, bring your left knee up, and bring your left elbow inside the knee. Bring your left hand on the front of the ankle and then hold on to the outer left foot bone and pull that left knee down. Pull it down. Go wider if you have hip tightness. Bring the foot right above the knee, Julie. Your foot is kind of slanting to the right. That's it. Yes, like that, Julie. Good. And pull down. Use the strength of your arms. Very good. But keep your tailbone down. Very good. Release. Either do one leg at a time like that, or do both legs. Do both legs. Do both legs. And pull the outer feet down. Inner feet up. Pull the knees down to the floor. Touch the floor with the knees, but connect your lower back into the floor. Feet wider, Bob. Feet wider. Use a belt around your knees or do one leg at a time. No, the feet have to come above the knees, Abby. Feet above the knees, especially for you. Don't let your feet get closer together. Keep your feet right above the knees. Pull down, pull down. Those of you doing one leg, switch. Otherwise, pull those knees down. Take your feet a little bit wider, Tammy. Relax your jaw, relax your tongue. Just hold on to the ankle. See if that works, Bob. Bring the feet right above. I think one leg at a time is probably a better choice for you. And now release. Excellent. Okay, now roll to the side. This one I will demonstrate. So come and watch. We're going to do Supta Padangustasana, bent knee. Sometimes this pose is called the dead pigeon pose. So the poor pigeon has died, and we're just grateful to have known that pigeon. So now watch. So you can start here, right? But then with your knees bent, I want you to move a little bit closer to the wall, just a little bit. Okay, and then watch what I do. And I'm going to give an alternative because some of you will say, oh no, I can't do that. Please have a blanket for your head as needed. I'm not showing that. So you bring this leg up and you turn. This is the first stage. Look, I have my hand on the inside of the knee. This hand is teaching the inner leg to turn. This foot is up. It's nowhere near here. This is not good. It's up. First stage. Second stage, I bring this hand under. I keep the foot high and I bring this elbow into the knee. And now that's the second stage. The third stage is I bring this arm into Gomu Kasana. And I start to lean back. And then the final stage is I bring the foot into the wall. I push the foot into the wall and I lean back. This leg is like a blanket coming over me. This arm is like a pillow. And you have to turn a little bit towards the straight leg side. And it should feel really nice. Okay? So get ready for that. Those of you who can't do it, I want you to do ankle to knee again, like this. So you'll be nearer to the wall, so that this foot, your left foot, is like a 90-degree angle. And then you're doing the same pose, but you have the support of the wall. So it becomes a little bit more intense. And you can move your hips a little bit closer in as long as that feels okay. But keep this left hip in and keep moving this right knee out. So you're doing this if that last one looked too intense for you. Get ready. Lie down on your back. Those of you with your feet at the wall, just be with your feet at the wall. Both of your feet will be on the wall. Those of you on the floor, lift up your right knee, bring your right fingertips into the inner right knee, turn the right leg out, and then hold onto your right foot with your left hand. Hold onto your outer foot. Lift the foot up. The right hand should be on the inner knee. Your right fingertips should be on your inner knee, and you're turning the inner knee out. Hold the heel and lift your right foot up. That's stage one. Good. Maybe you can work that. Stage two. Now, lift up your head and your chest. Bring your right heel into your left elbow crease. Right heel into the elbow crease. Into the elbow crease, Karen. Right heel into the left elbow crease. Right heel into the left elbow crease. Like your left arm is a forklift. That's it. And then use your right hand and push the right knee back. Push the right knee away. Good. Now, bring your right arm into Gomu Kasana and interlace your fingers. Interlace your fingers behind your back. That's it. Good. And then bring your left foot to the wall. Push it into the wall. Yes. Keep pulling the right foot up like a blanket. Lean back into your arm. Yes, like a pillow. And then turn your abdomen towards the straight leg side. Turn the abdomen. You're like taking a nap. That's it. Relax your jaw. Nice, Chris. Excellent pose. Beautiful. That's coming well. And now release. Excellent. Stay there. Bring your left foot flat. That's it. And that's it. And then stretch your right leg out. Beautiful. Let's do the other side. Get ready. Okay, so if you need to get closer to the wall, please let me know if you need something to do. Abby, you should have your feet at the wall. So Abby, I can show Julie, and I can spotlight Julie so you can see what you're doing. Okay, so I'm gonna, okay, so get ready. Actually, I'll just show you. Okay, so have your left hand into your left inner knee. Turn the left leg out. This is what you're doing, Abby. Okay, and then with your right hand, hold on to your outer right foot. Stage 1, move the left knee away from the shoulder. Stage 2, lift up your head and your chest. You have to engage the abdominals and bring your left heel into your right elbow crease, like a forklift. Lift it upwards. Don't wrap the arm around the bottom of the foot. Bring it under the heel. Your right fingertip should be going upwards. Keep moving that left knee away. That's it. Now, stage 3 is bring the arm into Gomu Kasana. Bring the arm that you're not, that's it. Bring the other arm into Gomu Kasana. That's it. Hold onto your fingers. Interlace the fingers and then stretch the leg into the floor. The right leg will now go into the wall. Push it into the wall. Push it. And then lean back. Lean back. I think just do ankle to knee. If it's bothering your knee, Tammy, do ankle to knee at the wall like I showed. Lift the foot higher, Denise. Your bent leg should be like a blanket coming up. Let your head become like a pillow. Lean back and then turn towards the straight leg side. Turn the abdomen and use your breath. Excellent. And now release. Excellent. Very, very good. Okay. Downward. Let's come up and we're going to do Prasarita Padottanasana. Okay, so stand up. Just give me a thumbs up if you've got any idea of that pose. If you've got some idea of it, right? The beginning, it's an intermediate pose. Yeah, it's an intermediate pose. So I introduce intermediate poses here, but I always give options. Some of you want to rush ahead, and so you have to be humble, and you might have to do the option with the foot at the wall. So please learn the options as well. They're always good, okay? And don't worry if you didn't get it. It's just a pose. It's not the end of the world. As long as you didn't hurt yourself, you're good. If you hurt yourself, then that's not so good. We want to avoid that. That's called Hayam Dukam Anagata. That's a Yoga Sutra. Hayam Dukam Anagata, and it means that you can't avoid the pain that's already happened, but you can avoid the pain that hasn't come yet. And you do that by not making the same mistakes. Isn't that wonderful? So stand in Tadasana, step or jump your legs wide apart. Good. Now don't take them all the way out because we're going to do a stretch first. So I want you to turn your feet outwards. Turn your feet outwards and then bend your knees so that your knees come right over the ankles. And I want you to have your hands here like this. And get your hips as low as the knees if you can, but not lower. That's it. And you're using your hands to lengthen these inner thighs. Sometimes this is called the goddess stretch. That's it. So lift your chest. Yeah, your shoulders might come up towards the ears a little bit. So move your knees back. That's it. Bring your tailbone forward and stretch those inner thighs. Make sure that your knees are right over the ankles. Some of you can go lower. You can bring your forearms down and kind of pry your legs apart. Pry the legs apart. Yes. With your breath, don't be aggressive. Press more into the outer edges of your feet so that those inner thighs spread. That's it. Don't let your hips get lower. That's it, Julie. Good. This is so good. All of these muscles are connected to the knees. All of these muscles are connected. Super good. That's it, Tammy. Nice. Okay, and now release. Now, bring your arms out. Take your feet wider. Take your feet wider apart. So all the way out under the fingertips. Bring the outer edges of your feet parallel. Press your heels down. Pull your kneecaps up. Lift up through the sides of your chest. Roll your shoulders back. Look upwards. And then come forwards. That's it. And bring your hands down and lift your chest upwards. So we'll do the first stage. This is the first stage actually, but then we'll do a variation. Walk your hands forward. Walk your hands forward. Keep your hips right over your ankles. You can, of course, have blocks under your hands. You can even have a chair under your hands. Don't let your hips come forwards. Let your head come down. So from your hips to your hands, you're basically in Adamukasvanasana, downward dog. Straighten the legs by pressing the heels down. Relax your head in between your arms. So your upper body is like downward dog. Move your inner thighs back. Move your outer thighs back. Yes. Some of you can stay here. Others of you walk your hands back in between your feet and release your head down to the floor. The crown of the head down to the floor. Yes. Press your heels down. Pull the kneecaps up and spread the inner knees out away from each other. If your head is down on the floor, you can hold on to your outer ankles. Hold on to the outer ankles and bend your elbows. Don't separate your thumbs from your other fingers. Bend your elbows out and up. Lift your shoulders up and come more towards the back of your head. Come towards the back of the head. Abdomen is back. That's it. Inner thighs and outer thighs evenly back. Nice. Now everybody bring your hands under the shoulders and lift your chest. Good. Lift your chest upwards. Shuffle your feet closer together. Bring your hands to the hips. Reach the chest forward and up you come. Stand in Tadasana for a moment. Absorb the effects of our practice so far. Look at something in your room. Be in your heels. Lift up your chest. Extend your arms down. Exhale your breath. Feet are together, so Tadasana. That's the way. Now, those of you who do headstand, get ready for headstand. If you're not doing headstand today, then I want you to do this pose with your legs up the wall with no support under you. I want you to do Konasana. Start with this pose, and then we'll go here, and then we're going to go here. Those of you doing headstand, before you go up, come and watch. I'm going to give you 2 variations to work on. Okay, so headstanders, come and watch before you go up into the pose. Those of you not going up, just start with your legs straight up the wall with no support. Those of you going up the wall, going up into head balance, come and watch. So I'm up in my headstand. And then after a certain time, we're going to take these poses. Baddha Konasana. Make sure that your feet don't go back. The feet have to come over the perineum. And then we're going to do Konasana. And there's 2 versions of this. One is the toes going down. Can you see that? The toes are going down. And then we're going to do it again. And we're going to come from this position. And now I keep the toes going forwards. And I can't go as far because it really targets my outer hips. So there's 2 versions of Konasana. Now, of course, if you're still learning headstand, you won't be doing those. You'll just be practicing headstand without the variations. Okay, so let's try that. Get ready. Well, otherwise, have your legs up the wall. Just have your legs straight up the wall at first. Straight up.
Edwin.
Yes.
That little stretch before Prasarita Tadasana was very nice.
It's a good one, isn't it? I do it almost every single day because I have tight groins. You're probably like me with tighter groins, exactly. Yeah. Get ready. Be up in your pose, be up in your headstand. Those of you with your legs up the wall, be active. Reach the inner edges of your feet upwards as if they're still into the belt. Move the fronts of your thighs into the backs of the thighs. Headstanders, press the forearms down, lift the inner shoulders up, That's it. The tailbone comes in. Okay, now headstanders, we're going to do the first version. Those of you with your legs up the wall, take your legs wide apart. Take your legs wide apart, Upavishta Konasana, and make sure that your toes aren't dropping down. Don't let your toes drop down to the floor. That's it. Do the first variation. So the outer edges of your feet are parallel. And then headstanders, you're going to do the same thing. Slowly take your legs apart with your legs straight. Take your legs apart, but keep your toes going straight forwards. Don't let your toes drop down. That's it. Keep your toes going straight forwards. And you can't bring your legs so far. You'll find there's only so far you can go in this variation. That's it. So take the legs apart. So only go if you have limitation. You can't do the pose really, Bob, because you don't have enough room on that one side. So just stay in the classic pose. Yeah, that's it. Don't let your buttocks drop, Denise. Don't let the buttocks drop. Your toes are going down, Tammy. Your toes are going down. No, flex your feet and have your toes go forward. Outer edges of your feet parallel to the floor. Outer edges of your feet. Don't let your buttocks drop. Good. Now, everybody, bring your legs back together. Very nice. Everybody, wall or headstanders. Good. And now, bend your knees out to the sides. Baddha Konasana. So bring the bottoms of your feet together. Make sure that your heels are right over your pelvic floor. Don't let the feet go back towards the buttocks. That's it. Yes. And then move the knees back. Don't let your buttocks drop, Denise. Bring your abdomen back and tailbone in. That's it. Don't let your feet are way back, Tammy. Get your feet together, your heels together, even if you can't bend your knees as much. It's fine to use the wall, but the wall is showing you your feet are too far back. Very good. Now, everybody lift your legs again. Lift your legs and go back up. Nice, Fran. That's it. Good. And now we're going to go back out. Take your legs wide again. But this time you can let your toes drop to the floor. And you can go wider, can't you? You can go wider. That's it. And move your feet back. Yes, tailbone in. That's it. Yes. You can go wider and really spread. Reach through the big toe mounts. That's it, Denise. Buttocks up. Nice. Now you've got it, Tammy. This one comes easier for you, right? That second one is, that's it. Don't fall back. Abdomen back. Tailbone in, Tammy. Tailbone in. Good. Now bring your legs back together. That's it. Excellent. Reach up through the legs. Nice. Now keep your shoulders lifting well, and then start to come down out of your pose. And rest in child's pose. Those of you with your legs up the wall, draw your knees into the chest and be in Pavamuktasana. Your feet can either be on the wall or away from the wall. So your knees are drawn into the chest. Soften the thighs into the abdomen. Great. And now come onto your mat. Have a blanket in the center of the mat. Have 2 blocks. Okay. Get ready. We'll just do a couple of upward dogs with your hands on blocks. I think all of you know the pose, but I'll do it with you just in case. So bring the blocks as wide as the sticky mat and bring your hands onto the blocks. Just keep your toes rolled under. This is one of the many good poses to do after headstand. So you come into upward facing dog. Bring your hips forward and down. Bring your chest past your arms. Bring your side body up. Straighten your legs. Roll the shoulders back. Lift your chest. Straighten those legs. Tailbone in. And then go back into downward dog. We'll do that 2 more times. 2 more times. Straighten your arms. Straighten your legs. Now bring your hips forward. Have the blocks as wide as the mat and straight. Walk your feet further forward then. Get your chest in front of your arms. Bring your outer shoulders back. Nice, Karen. Straighten the legs. Reach through the heels. Tailbone in. Shoulders back. Side chest up. Very good. Downward dog. 1 more time. we're going to do upward facing dog. Straighten the arms, straighten the legs. Good. Upward dog. Hips forward and down. Walk the feet forward. No, keep the toes rolled under. Tailbone forward. Lift the sides of your chest. Roll those shoulders back. That's it. Open up the backs of the knees. Get taller on the sides of your trunk. Good. And then go back into downward dog. That's the way. Straighten your arms. Shift your body weight back into the legs. Now bring your knees down to that blanket and bring your right foot forward for lunge pose. Bring your right foot forward in between the blocks so that your right ankle is right under the knee, and lift your back knee up like we just did for downward dog. Lift the back left knee up, have the toes under, and open up the back of that left knee. Keep reaching the left heel backwards, lifting the left inner knee upwards. Don't let your right hip go out to the side. Keep your right hip in. You can always move the blocks higher as needed. Lift your chest. Straighten the back leg. Some of your legs are still bending a little bit. It's kind of dropping. That left thigh has to go up. Very good. Now switch your legs. Left leg forward, right leg back. So open up the back of that right knee, reach the right heel backwards, lift the right inner knee up, draw the outer left hip back, lift your chest. Keep the abdomen connected to the spine. Good. Okay, I'll show you. And then let's do it again. So now bring the right leg forward and bring the back knee down. And make sure that you're coming to the front of that left knee. Don't be on the center of the left knee. Point your left foot and move the blocks higher up. Move the blocks higher up and move the blocks back. And then bring your hips forward. Even if your knee comes past the ankle, I don't mind. Let the knee come past the ankle. Keep the abdomen lifting up. Bring your tailbone forward. Push into those bricks and lift your chest. And open up the front of that left hip. You should feel a good stretch. Make sure that you're on the front of the kneecap, more towards the quadricep. You're not on the center of the kneecap. Be on the little toe side of that left foot. Tailbone forward. And now switch. So bring the left leg forward and bring the right leg back. Be on the front of your right kneecap. Keep the blocks behind your left ankle. And then let your hips come forward. Even if your front knee comes past the ankle, it's fine. That's the nature of this pose. Yeah, so keep reaching back through that right leg. Be more on the little toe side of the foot. Keep that right inner thigh back, tailbone forward, abdomen back. Lift your chest. Roll your shoulders back. It's like upward dog in your back. Tailbone in. Excellent. And now release. Okay, now come and watch. We're going to do just the leg position of Ekapada Rajakapotasana. So you have this blanket roll. Maybe some of you will need more. You'll need more. You can use a bolster as well. So watch what I do. I bring my right leg over. So from hands and knee pose, I bring my right knee behind my right wrist. And I bring my right foot in front so that this blanket is under my right sitting bone. So you can have your hands on blocks or fingertips. So this is the first stage of the pose, and I'm moving this back. I'm moving onto the little toe side of the back foot. And then we'll be here, and then we're going to come forward. Okay, get ready. Let's try that. Okay, so bring your, make a roll. Go thicker if you have any doubt. Use 2 rolls or even use a bolster. And then bring your right knee up behind your right wrist and bring your right foot in front of the blanket or the roll. Yes. Move your right knee further to the right. Move the right knee further to the right. No. This way. So look. The right knee is here. It's down. This way. That's it. And you have some support. Make sure that your right hip is supported. Now roll your back toes under for a moment. Be on fingertips or a block, or blocks under your hands like we did for upward dog. And then with your back toes rolled under, shift backwards. Shift backwards. Have the bolster going sideways, Bob. Have the bolster go sideways. And if this is too much, Bob, go to this one. Let me see, Julie, can you do this one? You can't do this one, okay? Julie and Bob, come and look. Everybody else, point your back foot and walk your hands forward. So those of you who can't do it, come and watch. Bob and Julie, watch. So you can sit on a chair and you cross your ankle, your right ankle over, and then you walk your hands up the wall. You might have to sit higher. You might have to put blankets on the chair. Do this one instead for Abby, for Julie, and for Bob. Everybody else, just keep shifting more weight into your straight leg side, which is the left leg, right? Draw that outer right hip back. Don't let yourself sink to this bent leg side, Tammy. Shift more weight to the left side. Walk your hands all the way forward, Karen. Let your head come down to the floor. Yes, that's it. Flex your right foot. Flex it. That's it. Yes, move the outer right foot back. No, the right foot you're flexing. The back foot is pointed now. Come on to the roll to the outer left thigh. That's it. Move more to the outer left thigh, Tammy. You're falling to the right thigh. That's the way. Good. Keep coming further and further forward. Nice, you guys. Make sure you don't feel any discomfort in that right knee. The blanket should be right under your sitting bone. The blanket should be under your sitting bone. I'm not sure if you have it under your sitting bone, Fran. The right blanket should be under the sitting bone. That's the way. And then roll to your straight leg side. Roll to the, that's the way. Yes, roll to the straight leg side. Very good. Now everybody start to come up. You can do downward dog in between. Doesn't it feel nice on the hip? That's it, as long as you don't feel it in the knee. You can do downward dog in between, and then we're going to do the other side. So Julie and Bob, if you want more depth, you can always move further out from the wall. Is that good for you, Abby? Can you do that? What we did? Yeah, so you can always move further back from the wall if you want to make it more intense. Okay, so Abby, Bob, and Julie, you're doing this. It's the same pose. You're doing the same pose, so don't be hard on yourself. You're doing the same pose. You're practicing yoga by not hurting yourself. Okay, so bring your left knee up behind your left wrist. Bring your left foot up in front of the blankets. Come onto fingertips or blocks, and then have your back toes rolled under. At first, that's it, and shift backwards. Shift backwards, shift back. Yeah, so you create space. That's it, Tammy. Now you've got it. Good. Now point your back foot and roll to the little toe side of that leg, and then walk your hands all the way forward. All the way forward. Flex your left foot. Flex it. Tammy, is this okay for your knee? Okay, good. Very good. Excellent. So this is going to help you with your knees. Hip opening helps with knee issues. So roll to the outer right leg. Roll to the outer right leg. That's the way. Good, Ben. Keep coming forward. Don't just sink onto the left hip. Yes. Relax your jaw. Relax your tongue. Nice, Bob. Now you've got it. Nice, everybody. Reach the back leg further back. Reach the arms further forward. And then exhale into any stiffness in that outer left hip, that piriformis region. Exhale there. Nice. Okay, and then come back. That's it. And take either downward dog or just take Uttanasana at the wall. If you were using the wall, just take this pose, Uttanasana at the wall. Just to open up the backs of the knees. Super good, you guys. Okay, now, once you've done that, come down and sit on a block facing the camera. You can sit on a block. Some of you will need even more height. You can sit on a block in a blanket. Okay, and I'm going to give lots of options. Okay, so sit in Dandasana, and we're going to do Gomu Kasana. Okay, so let me just show you first. So the left leg is going to come under the right leg this way, and then the right leg comes over the left leg. And notice how I'm bringing the top knee right over the bottom knee, and the feet are equal distance apart. So this is the beginning of the pose. Some of you might have to move this calf muscle out to the side. And some of you don't need to sit up on a block. If you don't need to sit up on a block, don't. You can sit on the floor, as long as your knees are not super high and you don't feel like your groin is hardened. So let's all come to this position. Now, if you can't do this, I want you to come back to where you started with that blanket roll. Have the blanket roll under your shins, right? You're just going to do simple cross legs like we did at the very beginning with the blanket roll under your shins. So some of you are doing this. Julie, Abby, Bob, maybe you're doing this. Otherwise, your left leg is under, your right leg is over, and then just raise your arms upwards into Urdhva Hastasana. That's it. That's it. Keep the outer hips moving down. Just do the cross-legged, Bob. Just do the cross-legged pose with the roll. Sit on the back of the blanket, do the cross-legged, that's it. Go up, but go down with your hips. Go down with your hips. Oh, Julie, you can do this one. Interesting what you can do and what you can't do, right? That's great. Okay, now come forward, bring your fingertips to the floor or blocks, and then go all the way forward, all the way forward. So reach your breastbone past your bottom knee. Those of you on the roll, just go forward like we did at the beginning. Have your hands on blocks or a chair, whatever you need. That's it. Go all the way forward. There you go. Keep extending your breastbone beyond that front knee. Exhale into your outer hips. Exhale into those outer hips. Soften the groins. Don't let your groins, your inner groins, push into each other. Can you still spread the inner groins out and move the outer hips down and draw the abdomen back? Let your head come down. If you want to take head support, you can always do that. This is our end of the month outer hip opening practice. Good. Okay, and then come back up. Stretch out your legs, be sitting on the block or not, and release the backs of your knees. Push the fronts of the thighs into the backs of the thighs. That's the way. Good. Now you're going to bring your right leg under your left leg. Get your top knee on top of your bottom knee. Bring the feet equal distance apart. That's it. Equal distance. The bottoms of the feet turn upwards. You can move the top calf muscle away. Others of you on the blanket roll, just switch the cross of your legs and then everybody raise your arms. Once you have your leg position, get your top knee right over your bottom knee. That's it. Go up with your arms, and there's no end to how much you can go up. But as you go up with your arms, go down with your hips. Go down with your thighs. That's it. And make sure that your groins aren't hardening. Can you move the inner thighs down and apart? That's it, Chris. Good. And then come forward. Bring your hands forward. You can always go wider with your arms. You can have height under your hands and come all the way forward. And then exhale into your outer hips. Draw the abdomen back. Use head support if your head feels heavy or you just would like that extra support. Direct your exhalation like that flashlight image of into the stiffness, and spread your inner thighs. Don't let them push against each other. Relax your jaw and your tongue. Okay, and then walk your hands back and then stretch out your legs and push the fronts of your thighs into the backs of your thighs. Grip your knees with your heels down, grip your knees. If you can even sit on the floor, sit on the floor. Sit on the floor if you can do it, to really get the backs of your knees to go down. Have your hands behind you. Keep your heels down, but get the backs of the knees to go down and make sure that your kneecaps are going straight upwards. Good. Okay, now lie down on your back for Shattuch Padasan. So lie down on your back and either hold on to the sides of the sticky mat or have a belt around the fronts of your ankles. Don't hold on to the ankles at first because you won't get the backs of your knees to open. So I'm asking you to either hold on to the sides of the sticky mat or just hold on to a belt in front of the ankles. And I'm doing in case you need to see. So bring your feet as wide as your shoulders, turn the tops of your arms out, and now lift your hips up. As you lift your hips up, turn the tops of your arms out like curtains opening. Lift your shoulder blades up. Climb up onto the top of the shoulders. And now lift your middle buttocks upwards, tailbone upwards, and now shift your body weight back into your heels and lengthen the fronts of the thighs. Bring more weight to the inner edges of your feet so that your knees don't splay apart, and lift your hips higher and then come down. Excellent. One more time like that, Shattuch Padasana. So hold on to the belt, make sure there's no bend of your arms. Turn the tops of your arms out or hold on to the sides of the sticky mat. Lift your hips up. Climb up on the top of the shoulders. Tuck the right shoulder blade in, the left shoulder blade in. Lift your middle buttocks. That's it, Karen. Good. That's it. It should feel like your legs are going to straighten. And then lengthen from your outer hips to the outer knees. Roll your outer thighs up. Press your inner feet down so your thighs stay parallel. Take your heels wider, Julie. Your feet are turning out. Take your heels wider than your toes. Wider. That's it. And then come down. Excellent. Good. Now, those of you who do a shoulder stand, get ready for shoulder stand. If you're not doing shoulder stand, stay where you are and put some blocks under your pelvis for now. Put some blocks under your pelvis and take Setu Bandha. Okay, otherwise, get ready for shoulder stand. You can do chair or you can do classic. Otherwise, if you're not doing either of those poses, put 1 or 2 blocks under your pelvis and try to stretch out your legs. If you can't get your legs to be straight, just keep your knees bent. Or lower the blocks. Good. Those of you doing shoulder stand, be in plow pose and get up onto the top of the shoulders. If you're using a belt, put your belt on, walk your elbows in, and then lift your legs up into Salamba Sarvangasana. That's it, Yumi. Good. You may see if you can bring your arms further down the back legs of the chair. Yes, if you can, or hold on to the crossbar, whatever gives you a better pose. Yes. See if you can walk your shoulders further onto the blankets, Yumi. Like your shoulders are walking. Walk them further onto the blankets towards your hands. Yes, so more of your neck is on the blankets. Yes, try that, and you'll get a better grip. That's better, I think. Good. Those of you on the blocks, keep scrubbing your heels forward. Let the block take your tailbone up. Lift your outer thighs up. Open up the backs of the knees. Those of you on blocks, lift your arms up over your head with your palms upwards. Yes, and extend your hands away from your feet. Those of you in shoulder balance, walk your hands further down your back. Bring your outer shoulders down. Lift the skin of your back up. Bring your middle buttocks forward, just like Shattuch Padasana. That's it. Walk your hands down your back. Middle buttocks forward, Tammy. Middle buttocks forward. That's it. Open up the fronts of the thighs. Roll the outer thighs to the inner thighs. Chris, a little bit more. Walk your elbows in. Good. Now, those of you on the blocks, bend your knees. That's it. And then keep your tailbone in as you take the blocks out from under. Let your hips come down and then move yourself to a wall and put your legs up the wall. Have a bolster or blankets under your hips. Vipariti Karani. Shift to Vipariti Karani. Tammy, move your legs way back. Look up at your legs. See how you can see them? Make your legs disappear. Make your legs disappear. That's the way, like that. Tailbone forward, legs back. Middle buttocks forward. That's it. Make your legs become less obvious. Those of you who did the block, bring your legs up the wall. Shoulder standers. Walk your hands down again. Lift your chest. Relax the sides of your neck. Take your legs a little bit apart and extend upwards from your inner groins to your inner heels, like we did towards the beginning of class with the Supta Padangustasana. Take your tailbone in a little bit more, Julie, but that's coming well. You could also bring your middle buttocks further forward, Karen. Middle buttocks further forward. Yes, like that. Middle buttocks further forward. Keep your breastbone lifting. That's it, Robert. Good. So those of you with your legs up the wall, just have your legs up the wall. Relax the sides of the neck. Nice, Fran. That's getting better. Your hips are further forward than last week. That's good. Now, those of you in shoulder stand, you can come back into plow pose and stay there. Interlace your fingers and reach your knuckles away from your shoulders. Walk your feet away from your head. Those of you on the chair, rest your legs in Baddha Konasana, unless you want to do plow pose on the chair. That's fine, either one. Otherwise, rest your legs in Baddha Konasana on the back of the chair. Those of you in plow pose, those of you with your legs up the wall, cross your shin bones on the wall. Cross your shin bones on the wall. So your legs are crossed like the very beginning of class. Yes, that's it, Bob. Yeah, cross your shin bones. Those of you in plow pose, switch the interlace of your fingers. Good. Now, those of you on the chair, start to come down and rest your hips on the bolster, legs on the chair. Those of you with your legs up the wall, switch the cross of your legs. Those of you in plow pose, take your legs a little bit apart, bend your knees towards your ears. Karnapidasan, point your feet, bring your arms to the backs of the knees. That's it, yes, and roll your buttocks towards your feet, bring your knees towards your blankets and in towards your ears. The knees are bending, that's it, Karnapidasan. Yes. Nice, Julie. Good work. Very good work. Okay, and then everybody start to come down from whatever pose you're in. Just start to slide back. Those of you in shoulder stand, slowly come down, slide your shoulders off the blankets. Those of you on the wall, slide back until your hips are in front of the blankets. Those of you on the chair, take the bolster out. And then as you're ready, prepare for Shavasana. Those of you on the chair, if you want to just stay on the chair, that's fine. So set yourself up well, and then extend your buttocks flesh, lift your chest upwards, and lengthen the back of your neck. Take any support you need under the thighs, under the head, over the eyes. Start to settle down and really relax the legs, the arms, and the abdomen. Let your feet fall open, turn your palms upwards. let go. Now see if it's possible to relax any more. And now bring your hands onto your body and deepen your breath. Bend your knees and roll to your side. Come up to sit. If you rarely do this pose, and you can do it, do this pose, sit in Siddhasana. So I just have one leg in, my heel is right in front of my perineum, and then the other heel comes in. And I'm sitting on two blankets. So you can try, this is the beginning of the pose. Yeah, if it doesn't work for your knees, sit in any position. Okay, bring your hands to your heart center, lift your chest upwards, and then bow your head downwards, and just acknowledge yourself for practicing yoga today, and enjoy that you've released your hips from tension and stress. Namaste, peace and blessings to everybody. Thank you so much for coming and sharing practice today.